Look at this. I got headphones on. I got a mic going. Baby.
If
Huh?
only people could see you now.
Hey, no video. We've gone through this before.
All right,
No
all right,
video.
all right. Welcome to This Commerce Life. This is a podcast aimed at small, medium entrepreneurs focused on commerce. I'm Phil, your host, and Kenny, your co-host, will join us as well. And we're going to talk to you about the world of retail and commerce and how things are changing in the world. Let me hit record. We are recording. It's awesome. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Yeah. We're.
I like your backgrounds.
Oh, thanks.
Thanks,
Yeah,
man.
this is all on Kenny's side. It's all his collectible stuff. On my side, it's my daughter. She's
Nice.
an artist. So yeah.
Yeah, Phil's is all handmade. Mine is mostly, those are handmade. A couple handmades. Most of it's his spot art.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Comic-Con, baby. Got to go to Comic-Con. Find all the cool shit. You want cool shit in life, go to Comic-Con.
I'm more of an anime guy myself.
Nice.
There you go. Your daughter's into that, right, Phil?
Yeah.
In essence, that's what
My
that is,
daughter's
isn't
into all
it?
the anime and all the drawing stuff, so she likes it. Yeah. I'm excited because we have Alain on the show. Is it Alain or Alain?
Alan, yeah, that's fine.
Alan, okay. Yeah, so we've got Alan on the show, and this is a little bit different because like Kenny and I usually have a connection to people that come on the show. We either have known them before or we met them through some contacts. But with Alan, the only way I know Alan is I saw an article about him in BlogTo, started ordering his creme brulee, which is kick-ass good. And we thought it'd be super cool to have him on the show. So Alan, welcome to the show. We're really, really glad to have you.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we're excited. So I'll just blow up the story a little bit for the listeners, so you know. So probably I think it's like 2 or 3 months ago, there was an article about coconut ube creme brulee. And how you can get that online. And I'm not Filipino, but my wife grew up in the Philippines, and ube is like, I've just acquired the taste for it, and I love it. Right, like everything ube, I'll eat. So it caught my eye, and then what was really great or innovative about it was all you had to do was DM Alan's social handle, and then kind of set up an order and then go pick it up, in about a week's time, and you'd have creme brulee in your hands. So I reached out, and I think we've ordered twice now. My wife actually was giving them away at the office.
That's cool.
Yeah. She ordered like 2 dozen and started giving them away at the office because it was nice. It's a unique thank you gift, right, for employees for working hard. So
yeah, a lot of the first time orders are pretty much, they order like 4 or 5 just to try it for themselves, and then once they try it, they decide that it's a nice little neat gift, and then they order a whole bunch more to give away to people, which is cool.
Yeah. So we would love. So we're a very informal podcast. Like this is just Kenny and I, and then but we would love to hear a little bit more. I'm just gonna put so we would love to hear from you, and then what I'm gonna do, Kenny, I'll just share.
Yeah, I want to see what
the article.
I think this sounds really cool.
Kenny never reads anything I send him, but
I read this one. I just forgot he was on today, but I did read this one.
Yeah.
It's all right. I didn't come prepared either, so.
No. That's exactly that you're prepared, so because you came
Don't worry about it.
Unprepared. Yeah.
This is as good as you're going to get from our side.
Yeah. So, do you mind telling us a little bit about you and how you wound up
why this
creme bruleeing and
No, not at all. I mean, like cooking's always been a big passion of mine. Straight out of high school, I was born in the Philippines, and my mom, she had 7 siblings, and she's the eldest one. Okay. So growing up, she would always cook for everybody. It was her responsibility, and back in the day, it was still kind of third world-ish, still pretty ghetto back home. So I mean, we had a farm there and everything. Like all the food we usually either raise or farm, which was really cool. Mm-hmm. And it always kind of interested me. So even from when I was younger, I was always helping my mom while my dad was away on a boat working somewhere else. And then we moved here, and that passion still was here, even though we were in Canada. Second language, English, I had no idea how to speak it. My wife tells me it's okay now, but
oh, come on, you got good English. It's all good, man.
Yeah. It was a struggle. I'm not gonna lie. It was a struggle growing up here. I came here when I was 10. I'm 32 years now. So, so yeah, pretty much like I developed a love for cooking even when I was small, and then I pursued it throughout high school, and even after high school, I got into Canoe. That was my first real gig in Toronto.
No way!
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a big deal.
Oh yeah, it was a big deal. It was overwhelming because I didn't know what to think. My cousin, who was dating the sous chef at the time, was looking for workers. So she decided to give my resume in, and I started like anybody else who doesn't have too much experience at the very bottom. It's typically garde manger is where they would stick you. So it would be like cold item foods and whatnot. But it was very overwhelming. The type of skills that my coworkers and the other chef that they had there at that time was not known to me at all. And it's completely different from Filipino food. I can tell you that much.
Yeah. I've been to a Canoe a few times when I was in Toronto. When it was just opening. It was a hot spot. I don't know if it's still there.
Oh yeah, it was.
Yeah. Shit, man, it was definitely then.
Yeah, but it's not. It's definitely not Filipino or Asian.
There's not an ounce of Filipino in the building.
No. It was very
apparently in the kitchen, yes, definitely not out front. I do not remember eating anything Filipino.
Yeah.
No, the culinary scene there was mostly Canadian, which I really liked because they were sticking to what was local and what was around us at the time, which was cool because I got to figure out all these types of ingredients that I never even heard of that I tried. So that was a great experience. I was there for about 3 years until I decided to leave. And when I left, I honestly I didn't know which restaurant to go to next, but I knew I had to go level up and go somewhere just as good, if not better. So a couple of my friends decided that like, hey, why don't you go stage somewhere else? And I don't know if you guys, staging basically means like working in the kitchen for free.
Okay.
Oh,
okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah. I didn't know that either.
Kind of like, that's why I don't want to throw these words.
Yeah, no, it's cool.
But yeah, so staging is kind of like an internship per se.
Okay.
And so I decided to go pack my bags and go to New York for a little bit because there was a lot of Michelin star restaurants there, a lot of hot spots, a lot of great chefs and kitchens to learn from. So I bounced around there, and I actually got accepted one of the restaurants that I really wanted to work for, which was the #1 restaurant at the time, which was really cool. It was called 11 Madison Park. I don't know if you guys heard that one in New York. Yeah, so that was a big deal for me. Signed up the papers and everything, and then I went back home. I came back to Toronto. They give me a call, and they're like, hey, we just need a couple other things to process your application, but as you know, your starting rate's going to be so and so, and that kind of, it was a lot lower than what was said to me. And being that I had no contacts in New York. Right. Didn't have enough money, as you know, like chefs and cooks don't make too much.
And New York ain't cheap.
Yeah.
I couldn't pull the trigger and do it. That was actually a big regret for me.
Oh.
But yeah, it sucked. But I stayed here. I ended up working at Splendido, which was another great restaurant.
Yeah, dude.
It's not there anymore, unfortunately. It is now Piano. But there I met Chef Victor Berry and Chef Patrick Chris, who now owns Alo as well. And yeah, I just kind of roamed around a lot in the city, like cooking from kitchen to kitchen, broadening my network that way, staying local, So, and then my last job, I was working at the private members club at Air Canada Center.
Okay.
Scotiabank Arena now. And it was with a company called Pinnacle Caterers, who own Harbor 60. And the pandemic hit. And unfortunately, I was permanently let go. laid off. I mean, and yeah, I kind of spiraled a little bit after that. I didn't know what to do because I was cooking for a long time, and you know, one day I just kind of got out of bed and I just started making creme brulee for my wife. And then she's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm making creme brulee." She's like, "Why?" I'm like, "I don't know. I just wanted some."
Well, I was curious to say, because I personally, maybe I'm a little ignorant to Filipino food, etc., but I don't ever consider creme brulee something that from the islands.
It is
just not. Myself, maybe not. No, maybe it's a big thing, but I don't see it.
No, it's not at all. There is a dessert close to it. It's called the leche flan, but it's essentially a custard too.
Every culture's got a dessert close to it. But you know what I mean? It's just one of those things. When I heard on this you're Filipino, I thought that's interesting. That's a cool digression. It's not something necessarily from the homeland.
It
wasn't necessarily something your mom was making.
No, she does not make that at all.
I didn't think so. She could. I'm sure she could kill it, but that's
no. When I actually, it's funny because when I gave it for her to try, she's like, "What the hell is this?" And I'm like, "Just try it, Mom." She's like,
"It's not finished. Where's the rest of it?"
Like, this isn't ube.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Wow, that's amazing.
That's pretty much how creme brulee, crystal creme came about. You know, it's just out of nowhere. And honestly, from there, after I got let go from my job and like suffered a little bit for a couple months, I was kind of angry before I picked up the crystal creme business. I actually decided to go in a different path. I went to I got back into school. I just finished my real estate course, and that's kind of where I'm headed towards now, while still doing my creme brulee business though.
Wait, so, you're getting out of cooking? What is the...
I know.
I just met you, but I'm shocked and appalled already. Like,
I know. I'm sorry.
Order now, Phil. Order now.
No, you know what? I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep the creme brulee business.
Yeah.
I like it. I mean, like, it's a connection for me in the industry that I love so much, you know. But you know what's going on out there right now with the whole lockdowns and the pandemic, and
it's crazy.
The hospitality industry got hit very hard, and I know a lot of industries did too. It's just
hospitality. You guys took it even worse. I'm in BC. I'm in Vancouver. And Vancouver, we didn't go through the severity of lockdowns that you guys did in Ontario.
Yeah.
Like, we've been able to go to restaurants from the get-go. Yes, we're down to I think it's 4 people. It has to be an immediate family, yada yada yada. But at least they're open.
Yeah.
Right. There's things happening. So you said, did you buy into an existing creme brulee business, or you just started it up and this is all brand spanking new?
All brand spanking new.
Run the house, running out of a ghost kitchen. What are you doing?
It's mostly from the ghost kitchen, but pickups are at my house because I don't have a storefront.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have 2 available kitchens to us. We rotate between the 2 depending on how busy each kitchen is with their stuff. So we kind of just schedule a way for us to get in there. Typically, I go in on a Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday to get all my stuff done, because that's usually when they're slower. So by Friday, Saturday, I can deliver, or I can get it picked up here from my house.
Okay. So who's manufacturing? Like, you're not actually manufacturing the ghost kitchen, or you have contract people there, or you guys physically going? You guys are doing it.
Oh, he's it.
Yeah, I'm the only one that does it.
So you're there. You put it in the fridges when you're ready to go. You grab it and home.
That's right.
And that's home fridge or the garage fridge, the beer fridge, whatever fridge.
Yeah, I actually bought. My brother-in-law had this old Coca-Cola fridge that he wasn't using. So like perfect.
Yeah, that is perfect.
I maxed it on Valentine's Day. It held about almost 500 jars. So that was pretty good.
Crazy. That's crazy.
That's amazing.
500 jars is good.
Yeah. So okay, and so you're doing creme brulee out of the 2 kitchens, and then you're delivering. What's the response been like? So it seems like you'll fill up fast. I mean, I watch. We're always trying to figure out when we can order creme brulee. But I gotta run a lot to offset all the creme brulee that we would really like to eat. So, but it seems like you book up pretty quick, right? Like you because you take orders up to like when I watch you on Instagram, up to Thursday, and then you deliver.
So you
the
open up orders when? You open up orders Monday, and you
Monday, and then and Monday to Thursday, 12 p.m. cutoff on Thursday, just so I can get started on Thursday for the Friday delivery or pickups.
And so, what's a typical weekly run? Are you doing like the 500? Is that sort of?
No, you know what? So the way I've noticed it, with my since like what do you call it? I kind of started with friends and family during Christmas. So I've noticed like more of a holiday swing. So you'll see those 500s during like Christmas or like Valentine's Day. St. Patrick's Day wasn't bad. Easter, things like that. But on average, you can probably say anywhere between 150 to 300 on average of jars. So it's not bad.
And you're using one, like you're only using one kitchen per week. Like you could use the same kitchen 4 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
And then something like that. So how do you manage like even the procurement of goods? Like what do you like so Thursday noon, you get all your orders. Then what are you doing? You run into wholesalers, you run into the superstore and loading up or?
That's exactly what I do. I typically, ahead of time, the jars are the trickiest ones because the jars, I can't get a hold of the wholesalers for the jars, so I'm getting them through retail right now, which is a bit of a pain. But I think when I tried to reach out to the wholesalers, they said they're not opening up their wholesale to the public up until April. Don't know why. They didn't give me much more information than that, but that's the case. But aside from that, yes, I go to suppliers, I go to superstores wherever I can, and then typically I do that on Wednesday, but then still kind of gauge to see how much I can get for Thursday.
Right.
Just to offset it. And then I bang it all. Pretty much I bang half of it out on Thursday and then the rest on Friday night.
Right.
So wait. So we're cutting into creme brulee time, no?
Sorry?
Are we cutting into your creme brulee time?
Right now? No, you're right now. I actually, what do you call it? I accounted for this. That's why.
Okay. Yeah. Well, so anyone listening who ordered, it's not our fault. Okay.
Plus, it's like it's 8 o'clock at night in Toronto. I mean, if he hasn't got his day organized by now, it's all his fault.
Yeah,
got nothing to do with us.
Listen, don't make him angry, okay? I'm still gonna order creme brulee from him. What are you doing? Like,
no, Phil. I definitely accounted for this. That's why I asked. Okay. I did account for about an hour. So when you said 45 minutes, that was perfect.
Yeah. We'll make sure we get you out. But no, that's super cool. So, and then so you run the entire business off Instagram, right? Which I think is really cool. Yeah.
That's actually the first time I've ever seen it, or the first time I've ever done anything like this through Instagram. You know, I'm sure that I know there's a bunch of other outlets out there that you can do it from, but I see a lot of like peers and some friends that do run small things off Instagram and are successful at it. So I was like, hey, why not?
Yeah.
I'll do it.
I love it because you're not paying for any pay portals. You're not paying credit card fees. There's nothing, right? Like
straight advertising, right? That's all he's doing. You're just basically showing.
Yeah, and people advertise for you, right? They take a little snap pic and then they're like, hey, then they put your little tag name on there, right back to the page. It's great.
Yeah, I mean, the process is super easy, right? So the first time I did with Alan, I literally messaged and said, hey, creme brulee. And he's like, yep, what do you want? Here are the flavors, right? Like, he didn't say what he want. He
doesn't sound like that.
No.
He sounds very friendly.
I'm a very nice guy.
We can tell that was not you. That was all Phil.
I didn't mean it like that. but we did, so we figured it out. And then he gave me the details and said, great. I'll let you know exactly what day or when it's available, and then you can tell me when. And then when I get there, I e-transfer him the money, and then I meet his lovely wife, and she gives me my creme brulee, and off I go. It's like super simple e-commerce, right? Like it's great. Yeah.
So what's it costing you right now to do this? Like in terms of are you not spending a ton of money? Like on your Instagram, are you actually
That's my wife.
Are you Instagramming?
Am I sorry? This is my wife, Carrie. Sorry, what was your question, Carrie?
No, so like, are you on Instagram? You're posting and getting reposts? Are you spending money to, I guess, convert
like
or
to boost,
or to boost? Like, how are you getting extra customers? Is it? Are you spending any money that way or any other mediums?
I haven't spent any money that way at all yet. The only thing my only branding really is just the stickers. I actually bought some cards the other day just for a friend of mine has ordered a bunch of creme brulees for me for a catering event he's doing, and he just wanted to pass out my cards too to promote me. So I haven't spent a dime on promoting myself yet. It's all just through Instagram.
Wow.
Yeah,
and it's a pretty steady. It's a steady business.
It's not bad. It's not bad. Yeah.
The reshares are amazing. Like if you watch his Instagram, like it's like every time that we talk about it and we pass on ordering more creme brulee, and then we see the weekend comes around and then all the reshares, it's like, oh my God, we should have ordered more creme brulee.
No, that's awesome,
right?
though.
So the reshares are amazing. They're promoting me that way, you know?
Well, for sure.
That's my advertisement.
Yeah.
So what's the cost of this stuff for a consumer, right? Like if I was in Toronto and I was going to order this, what am I paying for the stuff?
A typical jar is $6. I have 4 of them that I don't rotate. Those are my main flavors.
Right.
And they're $6 a piece. And then there's some, depending on the holiday or depending on the season, I would change the flavor. And it could typically be anywhere from 6 to maybe even 10. I don't know if I want to push it that high, but the most the highest price I've gone up is $8 a jar, which is the ruby chocolate. Because it's an expensive ingredient, the ruby chocolate one. But
just because Phil and I. So like this is, and your margins, I'm assuming, are nice and healthy.
They're good. Yeah, they're not. They could be better. Like I said, if I get the wholesale from for the jar, because this jar are my biggest expense right now too. I have had a lot of people talk about a recycling program. But, you know, just due to the whole COVID thing, I'm not.
It's there's a lot of back end mechanics on that. It's lovely. Right. It's really nice to do if you can. But you know what? People can reuse the jar. How about we call that recycling for today?
That is what I tell them. You know, you can reuse it. You can
use it as a glass, whatever.
Right. It's just, you know, because I'm a one-man operation right now, I don't want to have to take the responsibility of cleaning them, sanitizing them, because that's going to be a lot more work for me and time to produce.
So who do you need to? I feel like because Kenny and I are both from retail.
Well, this is why I'm sort of asking all these questions. I'm trying to understand. Could you have storage capacity if you needed to buy raw material, not just every week, and definitively not from a retailer?
Right. I don't have that luxury just yet. However, if I have a lot of coming up orders, like let's say for Christmas, when I have to load up, I use my brother-in-law's fridge. He has a big commercial fridge in his kitchen. I loaded it up there. He saved me a little space, and that was it.
Are there any ingredients that you would buy that would not have to be fridged? Or so, you know, leave the wife's clothes in the closet, but get rid of your shit? And like, is there room in the house to do that?
Yeah,
that's how business works, man. You know what? You got to find room.
You're right. No, it's sugar. You know, I mean, that can stay here. That's fine. It doesn't take too much space, and that's honestly, it's just the sugar really that can't stay in the fridge. Oh, in the jars,
sugar in jars, right.
In jars, that's it. Yeah.
No, because I mean, obviously, what you'd want to do is sugar. You want to buy sugar in 50 kilos at a time.
Right. Yeah.
Right, because the cost savings are astronomical, and if sugar is if it's a large part of your cost of goods.
Yeah.
I mean, the jars definitively are going to be, you know, that's, you know, unless you can order a pallet of jars.
Actually, that's what I'm trying to do.
I think right now the problem might be the corrugate. There's no corrugate in the world. So there's nothing to put the damn jars in.
No, but I think he needs a hookup though. I wonder if our audience
I wonder if it's that, you know, I mean, the other hookup is always the same. I mean, you know, you can pallet with Alibaba. You can pallet from China if you want.
Yeah, I was thinking
someone with a garage. You throw 2 pallets into a garage.
Right.
Because you got to get your cost of goods down, right? That's what you're trying to do.
That is what I'm trying to do. Yeah.
Well, we did actually contact the company, like that we buy the jars from, and they're not selling wholesale until April because they actually sold out of jars themselves due to COVID. A lot of people were selling their own home businesses.
Yeah.
Is this a large wholesaler though, or is this?
Yeah. This is the manufacturer.
Oh,
So it is. So you bypass the
so you've
middleman.
already
You're actually going to the source.
Yeah, went straight to the manufacturer.
No, that makes a difference. I know there's a few guys. You know who would know? Linda. Linda would know.
The only issue with, because I did like look around online to see like, you know, the China supplier and whatnot.
Yeah.
They are much cheaper, but I don't know the quality of the product. I haven't tested it. I would need a tester to see if it can withstand the way I'm making them. Because when I do the creme brulee, I do submerge them in hot water.
Right.
And sometimes it can crack.
Right.
And I don't like, after it cracks, the product is done. And the rest of the stuff that's in the water is also done. Because you don't know how far the glass escaped.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like anything though. The Chinese manufacturers will do whatever you want them to do. And if you don't specify, they'll do whatever they want to do.
Right.
So that's where you typically end with a problem. If you're very clear on what you want done, and you're dealing with reputable companies, and there's millions of companies over there. There are a large number of reputable. You got to find them. I mean, we have probably I've got some Chinese contacts. I mean, I know that for sure.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm sure Phil does too. But there might be ways to do that. Linda might, you know what? Because all the packaging they do, I know Linda would probably have someone in North America. So
Linda's we affectionately call her the boss. She might be fan number one for This Commerce Life, but she works for a pharmaceutical manufacturing company, and so she would know jar like. She would know jars.
She's in tune with every packaging, labeling, this, and jars.
So, boss, if you're listening, when you listen to this,
when you listen to this, the boss,
Alan needs to hook up because Alan will make you nice creme brulee if you get him.
Yeah. He's got to make it to Vancouver though. Yeah. Linda's on my side of the world.
Well, no, I'll eat it for her. It's okay.
You know what? They last for about a week. So how long does it take?
No, it's okay. Alan will give them to me, and I will make sure.
This is how you don't get jars out of somebody. You realize that, right?
Alan, I wouldn't send. Listen, Kenny's mom makes the wickedest biscotti. I wouldn't send him a single jar of creme brulee unless you get biscotti back. Like,
I do that. That's easy.
You got to make that trade. Like, just trust me on this one. You got to make that trade. That's
actually pretty good if you dip the biscotti in the creme brulee.
Oh, there you go.
I think I might do something with
there
that.
You go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we need to do a couple of things. We got to try to hook you up with a glass manufacturer.
Yeah.
And we got to hook you up with someone to get. You know what you should do is probably send Phil and I the list of raw ingredient.
Yeah.
See if we know somebody who can.
See if we know anybody. Maybe we can pop
like an inside track. Out. Yeah.
You can get you somebody to get to wholesale. You can't do this retail. That's bullshit. I mean, unless you want to go to Costco, and then you're getting at least close to wholesale.
For the most part, it's kind of what I do now, but it's nowhere near enough till I know where I can be.
You need an edge.
I just have to be able to find those suppliers to do that.
Yeah, I mean, and they're not hard to find. They're out there. And if you're paying, you're paying credit card, you're not, it's not like you're buying millions of dollars a month. I mean, as long as, you got time at least on a credit card, right? You got your 30 days and points. And the multitude of other things you get with credit cards, right?
Yeah.
No, there might be a way to do that because I think that's probably the trick. You got your cost of goods, I'm assuming, down.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. And no money on advertising.
And if you're in the Toronto area, make sure you tap into the. We'll leave the links and everything in the episode notes, but go order some creme brulee.
So no webpage either, like just straight Instagram.
Straight Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Straight Instagram. It's been working.
So the only other brand that I've ever seen do this and make it work was a cosmetic brand, and they've been bought already by L'Oreal. But Lime Crime was out almost 10 years ago, maybe a little bit more. I might be dating myself, but Lime Crime was like a startup cosmetic service or cosmetic product company, and they did everything on Instagram, promoted on Instagram. You same sort of deal. You DM them on Instagram, but they're the only other ones I've ever seen that have actually made this work. So good on you. Like this is fantastic.
No,
so,
that's
I thought I knew all the cosmetic brands. I've never heard of that one.
Yeah. Lime Crime. It's been bought. It's been bought by L'Oreal.
Yep, L'Oreal
Lime
buys
Crime
everything.
was they do
between L'Oreal and Nestle Group. It's the same family. They buy everything.
Yeah,
everything's owned by Nestle or L'Oreal.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Interesting. Tell them to buy me. So I can get out of this.
Well, you never know, right? You never know.
Listen, you never know. Yeah. You just got to get to that size where you're definitely noticed. I guess one thing is once you guys start opening up in Ontario, food, everything's going to come back. I mean, even out here, we've been out more than you. Like we haven't been in lockdown in BC. It's been not great, but definitively not Ontario. And we're all
we haven't made it. I don't know that we're going to make it. We just dropped
into stage 3 or wave 3.
We dropped to gray.
Yeah, they're talking about a stage 3.
Yeah, but they're moving. They're thinking about stage 3. Like all the infections in schools have actually gone up, right? Like our rates went down and now they're back up again. So
it's bloody variants.
We may never ever leave.
Yeah, I don't know, to be honest.
Yeah, well, I got it this week.
Crazy.
So my wife tested positive on Monday, and I've tested positive Tuesday. And with me, it's bizarre because I've been a fucking hermit literally since March 12th, 2020. Yeah. I've barely left the house.
Yeah.
Right.
He's actually more dressed than he usually is.
Buddy, I've got an old hunter's Mickey Mouse. I'm so cold. Like I am just freezing, man. My temperature's like up and down like a yo-yo.
Oh, no.
Are you guys okay though? You and Amelia?
Yeah, we're okay. Yeah. We had a friend too who had COVID, and he said he just felt like shit.
Oh, I feel like shit. Yesterday I did for sure. I couldn't stay awake.
Yeah.
I started reading something, and my eyes would want. So I sat in bed like about 7-8 hours and did nothing. Yeah. Today, at least I was able to do stuff, but it's just not pleasant. Not pleasant. Wow. So hopefully we'll get out of this, because I guess at that point too is you're gonna want to start knocking on some of on your friends' doors. The restaurant guys say, listen, why make your own creme brulee? That's stupid. I'll do it.
Right.
You make 36 or 24.
Well, yeah, exactly. So that's the other plan too, right? Like I want to be hitting, maybe like cafes and whatnot that can put it on their shelves.
Yeah.
It's just the distribution thereof. That's why you got to get those costs of goods down, because you're going to you're going to end up with a distributor. Probably,
well,
whether
that's
it's a
what
Cisco
I mean.
or GFS or whoever it's going to be, but your margins start to, they pull back,
no,
right?
Yeah, no, for sure. I thought of that too, which is why like it's important for me to get these costs down, the cost of goods.
Yeah, hey, this Commerce Life audience,
send us a list.
You heard him. Alan could use some help.
Yeah.
Yes, I could use some help for sure.
Maybe even some LinkedIn. Maybe we should post this, Phil, too. You know what? Send us what you're looking for and stuff, and then we can post it. Like, I mean, I still do. I work in the food industry, so I definitely know people here that I could get you wholesale tomorrow. Yeah. I don't know a ton back east, but I'm sure we could figure it out.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so too.
Not that big a deal.
I think so too. Are there any interesting flavors coming up? The one that you had,
the flavors you have now,
was it so okay, I think I've got this. So they've got coconut ube, they've got vanilla, they've got coffee, they've got lemon. Are those your 4 regulars?
Those are the 4 regular ones. Yeah.
Okay. And then you had a really cool strawberry or raspberry.
Yeah, that's the one with the ruby chocolate.
Chocolate. Was that the one from Valentine's? Okay. Yeah. That was wow.
Did you try that one?
Yeah, I think you guys gave us an extra one.
Oh yeah,
we
for you to try. Yeah,
2 dozen.
Right. Yeah. That was a good one, right?
Yeah, that was good. Yeah.
And then another one, actually for St. Patrick's Day, we did matcha, which has nothing to do with St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, the opposite of St. Patrick's Day.
But we just because my wife is Irish,
I wanted him to do a whiskey stout one. And he was like, no one wants booze in their creme brulee. And I was like,
we want booze in there.
People want booze People want booze and everything.
No, I didn't say I didn't want booze. I just didn't want to do a stout. I didn't want to do that.
Stout, like a coffee stout.
A coffee stout would have been good.
I wanted a whiskey stout.
I would do the whiskey stout as well, but a coffee stout, if it would be the same. It's just we do. I want to 2 coffee companies, and we do a coffee stout with one of the local beer guys. Oh, it's amazing, man, so good.
Huh? Yeah,
that does sound good.
I'm allergic, but I'm Irish, so I would pull through and eat it anyway.
Oh, you just do it, man. Just toughen up. Go for it.
Absolutely. Like the other interesting thing you could do on Instagram is you could crowdsource your next flavor.
Absolutely.
I kind of did that
stories.
With one of the posts. You know, I was like, hey, what new flavor should I do next? You know, only a few people bit, but like they did
really
mention a few.
That may be where a time where you may have to buy a little exposure.
Yeah,
and it's still cheap. Like Instagram, Facebook is not expensive to do. Can you share from Instagram to Facebook, Phil, or is it just the other way around?
No, I think you can.
You can do both ways, right?
Yeah.
You know, it might be worth it. It might be worth taking. Like, I mean, again, it's not expensive. Like, you don't have to blow your brains out.
Yeah.
Right. There's no reason for that, but definitely it wouldn't be a bad idea to get some engagement that way, right?
Yeah, that's cool. It's cool. Awesome.
Wow, good for you, man.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Thank you for coming on the show. This has been amazing. We I love you guys so much. I hope you keep doing it. So we'll keep ordering it.
We will keep doing it.
Yeah.
Well, you don't know. You might end up with a big shot real estate guy, and then the whole thing's gonna go right to shit.
Yeah. Just remember us when you're famous.
The Chang family will be dying. They have no creme brulee left.
No, I keep it alive for sure.
True. We love it.
We'll have to go over for dinner, Phil.
We'll put your creme brulee we'll put crystal creme in the notes. So that's probably the best place to reach you, right, on Instagram?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
It's the only place to reach us.
It's the only place.
Fair enough.
You heard it.
That's
the
right.
only place. I love it.
I
love it. Thank you so much. We hope you guys stay safe and keep moving this. We love it.
Yeah, it's cool.
And then if you have updates and you want to come back on the show, we'll make sure we get you some space and get you back on.
And then send us what you're looking for, and we'll see maybe if we can help out on.
Yeah, definitely send us stuff. I'll shoot you. I think you have my email, but I'll shoot you Kenny's as well. And then send us what you're looking for, and then we'll put it in the episode notes too. So hopefully, because our audience is they're full of retailers, small business.
Someone will know somebody.
And then like people like us that have worked in the industry for a lot of years, so somebody knows somebody. So if we can get listeners to even think about who's in their network that they can hook you up with, maybe it gets you a little bit of room, gets you a little more margin. It's all about the margin.
Great. Yeah, it is all
about the margin.
Yeah.
We really are retail.
You don't have to empty your clothes closet. You can actually buy space to store things.
she does need to empty it. It's too much. It's too full.
I definitely didn't say her. I definitely did not say that.
No,
I said him. I definitely would not do that.
You need to listen back then. But I haven't bought clothes during COVID because I haven't gone out, and my weight has been fluctuating so much that I don't know what I should.
Now look what you've done.
Yeah, look what you've done.
I'm not a standard size. I don't know what size I am anymore, so I can't buy clothes right now.
I'd still cull his side.
For the record, neither
100%. Kenny
or I said anything about our wives' closets or your wife's closet.
That's why I would never go down that path. We've been together 34 years for a reason. I learned a long time ago. Shut the hell up. It's all my fault.
That's amazing.
I haven't learned that yet, Kenny.
Start.
No.
Yeah.
You start. Makes everything
we'll help you. Don't worry.
Exactly.
We've only been married 6 years. You still need.
You got lots of time. You still got lots of training.
You got lots of time. Yeah. Kenny's 34. I'm 22 years married.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You got lots of time, man.
You got lots of time. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us.
That's cool, guys. Good job.
Amazing.
That's really neat. That's a pretty cool story.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for inviting me here. I'm really happy.
My pleasure.
Yeah,
me too. It's kind of fun.
The episode we record tonight, we'll air it next Monday. So I'll post it LinkedIn, Facebook. We'll make sure we tag you guys and all that kind of stuff. So
sounds good, Phil.
All right. Okay. Take care, guys.
Thank you so much,
guys.
Okay.
Have a good night.
Ciao. Phil, you staying on?
Yeah, I'm staying on.
Okay. Ciao, guys. Interesting, eh?
Yeah, that's cool.
They're
pretty cool.
It's tough though, and I give them credit for this though. Not going crazy, not trying to overextend. Taking orders that they can manage, making what they can manage. But you definitely got to find a better way to get cost of goods down. You can't be buying 2 kilos at a time or 10 kilos at a time retail on componentry like that. And even the jars.
You buy 2.
You buy 2 pallets, Throw them in the yard. It's glass. The only thing that's going to degrade is the cardboard.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Really
glass
is
a break. You wash them, get them all clean. I mean, you can't do it otherwise. Linda might know. Like, seriously. I mean, she's got so many packaging people.
Boss.
Yeah, the boss.
We need you. We need you, boss.
And then we'll ask a few people on the food side. I'm sure there's somebody we can find that can kind of help them out. Cost of goods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, how are you feeling?
I'm okay. Yeah, better today. Yesterday was the day before, so I went and got tested Tuesday afternoon. And Tuesday I could not warm up. I swear to God, I sat in front of the fireplace, in front of a window with the sun coming out, still freezing. Right. I mean, that's why I never wear this is what do you call a sweatshirt.
That's more clothes than I've ever seen you wear.
Seriously, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then, then I'm starting to get achy. My back's achy. My elbows are achy. I'm just achy and then tired, man. Like, just fucking tired. Yesterday, I did an hour and a half meeting with the crew.
You're still working?
In the morning. I did 6 hours today with Sarah.
Wow.
6 hours of Zoom and then this. It's a lot of Zoom, right? It's a long
Zoom.
day. But you know what? I did it today. Yesterday, there's no way I could have done this.
Yeah.
I couldn't stay awake. My eyes just wanted to close all day. I don't know. Anyway, so hopefully this, like they say, I think they say day 4 and 5 are the worst days. So that would have been yesterday and probably the day before. Today's already, because it started like on Saturday.
Okay.
So anyway.
Okay. Wow.
What do you do? Could
awesome.
Be worse, man.
What do you do, right? Did Amelia catch it at work or?
6 of 12 in her office.
Wow. Okay.
So I think what happened, I think someone had it and unbeknownst to the rest of the crew, they didn't know. And I think even after they got tested, I think by the time they got their shit together and started telling people, it was everybody had it already, right? And that's the problem. I mean, that's at that point,
that's classic, right? It's a classic case.
But I know I told it. It's a year later, the year after. So now we're getting it. Like, seriously?
Yeah.
But now it's also too, who knows? It could be variants, because it sounds like these variants, the R naught and the variants is way higher than what it was with the normal virus.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know, man. I honestly, right for me right now. It's just been a really shitty flu is what it feels like. It just feels really like just a bad flu.
Not so bad.
No, oh my God, seriously, in the grand scheme of things, no, it's just not that bad. Yeah. Not that bad.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah, that's it, man. How's everything with you? What's going on? I haven't talked to you this week. Last week I talked to you every day. This week, nothing.
I know. No, things are good. Things are things are steady. I got some interesting stuff going on. So I'm going to be doing some work with Intellicate with Yulia.
Nice.
Which it's
exciting.
It's going to be fun. That's going to be really fun. And then I've met some really cool brands along the way that I think will be really interesting for us to talk to at some point. The Tickled Pink guys, they do pickled ginger and things like that. She's a chef from out your neck of woods.
Oh, bring them on, man. Why not?
Yeah. She's pretty cool. And then I did some speaking for the Nooks. So Colleen Imrie is also going to come on the show, but she is a retailer. She runs the Nooks, which is like this little artisan kind of retail shop. So she brings on little brands, small boutique kind of runs of things, almost like Etsy in a physical store, if you want to think of it that way.
Or like that one, what's that store in Kensington Market? That big one.
Yeah.
They got jewelry. They got all the cool stuff, right?
Yeah. So really similar idea. She started with one store, and then she's got 6 now.
Oh, wow.
So she's got 6, and then she's thinking about franchising. So
and she made it through the pandemic. Come on.
Yeah, she made it through the pandemic, and and making her way. So
good for her.
So we'll talk to her.
Good for her.
Well. So so it's been an interesting week.
Booked pretty solid anyway, though. I think for the next.
We are. My God, we're booked up till
end of April.
I think it's May now.
That's good,
dude.
That's good.
I think it's May.
I got to sign on to that thing.
What thing? Oh yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter.
It's on my list. It was not this week. It wasn't.
And then I sent Kenny this funny note over the weekend, but I realized that I've been looking at our downloads but I failed to look at. Did you see that? So our live streams, or people who stream off websites, is like crazy, the numbers.
I saw that and I didn't understand. Like, I just assume everybody goes to an app.
Yeah, so you can go to an app, but because like even us, right? Like our website is a live stream, right? So you can stream it right off the site.
No, I get that, but I don't think anybody does that.
They do.
I think people go to apps.
No, they do.
That's weird. That's awesome.
So I totally missed that number. I was like, oh my God, like look at all these people and the number of hours they're listening to these things, right? So it's
I saw it, but I was the hours that speak. I'm thinking, wow, man. I mean, we'll take it and run, but geez.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah. It's pretty amazing. So it's pretty amazing.
That's pretty nuts, man. That's good.
Yeah. Anyway, it's good. It's good.
Okay, buddy. I don't have much more for you. I honestly feel like my day is done.
Yeah.
I've on this long and I can feel the tired now coming on. So
yeah. No, you go, and then I will. I don't know. Just tell me if you need stuff.
No, I
don't know what I can do from here, but
no,
you know
nothing.
What I mean.
It's not a big deal. So, the fact you're thinking is more than enough. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay. Well, wish Amelia well, and then
I will do that.
We'll talk to you soon.
Sounds good, buddy boy.
Okay. All right.
Okay, ciao.
Have a good night.
Ciao.
Okay. Bye.